In the corner of an old bakery at the edge of a crowded town lived a tiny gray mouse named Niko. He was small even for a mouse, with thin whiskers and a tail that always dragged nervously behind him. The other mice laughed at him because he was afraid of almost everything. He feared cats. He feared traps. He even feared the sound of thunder shaking the windows at night. But more than anything, Niko feared being useless. Every evening, the mice gathered beneath the wooden floorboards to celebrate whatever crumbs they had stolen from the bakery shelves. Bigger mice bragged about sneaking past the baker. Faster mice told stories of escaping cats. Niko stayed silent. One cold night, rain hammered the roof while lightning flashed across the sky. Inside the bakery, the baker was preparing a giant wedding cake for the governor's daughter. The cake stood proudly in the center of the room like a snowy mountain covered in sugar roses. "This cake is worth more than this whole bakery," whispered one mouse. Suddenly, a strange smell drifted through the air. Smoke. At first, no one noticed except Niko. His tiny nose twitched again and again. Smoke. He climbed through a crack in the wall and froze in horror. A candle near the curtain had tipped over during the storm. Flames were crawling upward, slowly spreading across the cloth. Niko panicked. He wanted to run. He wanted to hide. But then he remembered something his mother once told him before she disappeared years ago. Being brave doesn't mean you aren't scared. It means you move even while fear is shaking your legs. Niko swallowed hard. He rushed back beneath the floorboards. "Fire," he squeaked. The other mice ignored him. "Quiet, Niko. You're always scared of something." "No, really," he cried. "The bakery is burning." But before anyone could answer, smoke began pouring through the cracks. Panic exploded everywhere. The mice scattered in every direction, bumping into each other and screaming. Some rushed toward blocked exits. Others froze completely. Niko's heart pounded wildly. Then he noticed something even worse. Near the wedding cake sat a tiny baby mouse named Mina, trapped behind a fallen spoon too heavy for her to move. The flames were getting closer. The heat burned Niko's whiskers. He could leave. He could save himself. Instead, the smallest mouse in the bakery ran toward the danger. He pushed against the spoon with all his strength. Nothing happened. He pushed again. Still nothing. The fire crackled louder. Tears filled his eyes as smoke wrapped around him. "Please move," he whispered. With one final desperate shove, the spoon rolled away. "Mina, run," he shouted. The little mouse escaped, but suddenly a burning piece would crash from above, blocking Niko's path. The fire surrounded him. Outside, rain thundered against the windows while the baker and townspeople rushed inside, carrying buckets of water. The bakery became chaos. Water splashed everywhere. Smoke filled the air. Finally, after what felt like forever, the flames died. The baker collapsed onto the floor in exhaustion. The wedding cake was ruined, but the bakery still stood. Under the floorboards, the mice searched desperately for Niko. Then, from beneath a pile of wet flour sacks, a weak little squeak appeared. Brew. The mice rushed toward him, dirty, tired, covered in soot, but alive. For the first time in his life, the other mice looked at him differently. Not as the scared mouse, not as the weak mouse, but as the bravest mouse among them. That night, while the storm faded away, old Mama Rosa, the wisest mouse in the bakery, sat beside Niko and smiled. "You know why courage is special?" she asked. Niko shook his head. "Because courage is not born in the fearless," she said softly. "It is born in the afraid who choose to help anyway." And from that night on, whenever storms shook the bakery windows, the mice no longer laughed at little Niko.